Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share a video talking about my most repurchased makeup products. There are always so many amazing new releases coming out. I love trying and testing out new makeup, but I thought it'd be fun to just talk about products that I've loved enough to add to my collection over and over again. These are things that I've either used up consistently and then repurchased, or things that I've loved enough to add additional shades to my collection. So I know that I filmed a couple of these videos throughout the years, but I wanted to do an updated one because there are some new products I wanted to share with you that I have repurchased a lot over the past year or two. So I hope you guys enjoy today's video. Let's start with two foundations that I recently picked up again. So foundation is not something I go through quickly, but I will say when I find a foundation formula that I love, I tend to stick with it for a long time. Years ago, it was the Urban Decay All Nighter, then it was the Fenty Pro Filter Matte Foundation. More recently, it's been the Catrice Foundation, which I just used up completely. So I'm going to repurchase that one soon. Before that, I've really wanted to kind of go through my current foundation collection and just use what I have and see if I can rediscover some older favorites. So there are two that I love that I've repurchased a lot over the years, and I actually just picked them both up recently. The first one is the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Foundation. I have the shade LG3. I actually picked this up at Ulta not too long ago. I was in there because I was shopping during the 21 Days of Beauty, and the Pure Cosmetics Powder Foundation was on sale, which I did repurchase again recently as well, but not the liquid foundation. And I decided to grab it anyway because it is something that I love. I think I've gone through this probably 3 or 4 times, and I've liked it enough to repurchase it because it just makes your skin look flawless. It looks so good on its own, but I also like mixing it in with other foundations when I feel like I just need a little bit more coverage. And I like this because some full coverage foundations can look really heavy or cakey on the skin, and I don't find that to be the case with this formula. It just makes my skin look really smooth and even, and it definitely covers everything that I want it to cover and blends out really nicely. So I enjoy this product a lot. It is definitely something I will continue to repurchase. Another one of my most repurchased foundations is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. This is such a gorgeous formula. I actually hadn't used it regularly for a little while because I was so focused on the Catrice foundation. I just love that one. And then I started using this one again recently, and I forgot how much I loved it. So I did end up repurchasing it because I only had a little bit left of this bottle. I do have it in a few different shades, but I would say my go-to shade is Light 45W. The texture of this product is so nice because it's very thin. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and it definitely has more of a medium coverage finish. So I think it is perfect for everyday wear. It feels hydrating on the skin, and it has a really beautiful, soft satin finish. So if you're someone who does not need to set your foundation, you will love the way that this looks on its own. I always set my foundation, and I still like it because, again, it doesn't look heavy. It looks very, very skin-like, really fresh and pretty. So this is definitely one of my favorites, and I will continue to repurchase this. I'm excited to use it again regularly because I'm going to take a little bit of a break from the Catrice foundation just so I can rotate through the foundations I currently have and see if I can fall back in love with some older formulas, including these two, which I have. I already know that I love them, and I will continue to repurchase them. Another ColourPop favorite would just be the ColourPop LIPPIE pencils in general. They are one of my favorite lip liner formulas, and I have repurchased them so much over the years because they're very creamy. I think they do a really good job with their shades. So they have light nudes, they have dark nudes, they have really bright, vibrant colors, and the undertones just tend to match the lipstick shades that I normally wear. I feel like a lot of lip liner lines lean super pink, and if you aren't a fan of like really pink toned lipstick, there might not be great options for everyday wear, but ColourPop has a ton of nudes, all different shades, all different undertones, so that's the reason why I love them so much. But my most repurchased lip liner of all time is the shade BFF. They actually have a whole range of BFF lip pencils, so they have a bunch that just get darker and darker, so depending on what you typically go for, there might be a shade that works best for you. BFF1 is a really good option for me. My natural lip color is pretty light. It's not very pigmented, so I feel like this is just slightly darker than my natural lip color, which is why I love it so much, and it just tends to go with the lipsticks that I wear. So I have repurchased this probably like 5 or 6 times throughout the year, and that's a lot for me because I feel like it takes forever to go through a lip liner, but I use this one so much. So there are 2 lip formulas I wanted to share with you guys because I've repurchased multiple shades from these lines over and over. The first one probably won't be a surprise to you guys because I talk about these in like every other video on my channel, but that would be the Fenty Gloss Bombs. Now at this point they have 3 different formulas. which I love. They have expanded the Gloss Bomb formula so much over the years because originally they just had Fenty Glow, and then they had a couple of different shades in the original formula. My favorite is still Hot Chocolate. In fact, I love Hot Chocolate in all of the different formulas. But they also have a cream version that doesn't have any shimmer in it that looks so pretty on the lips. And then most recently, they've added the Heat version to their line, which is a plumping formula. I think that I have like 20 different Fenty Gloss Bombs in my collection right now because over the years they've done like holiday sets, they've done minis, and whenever they come out with a new formula or a new shade, I typically do add it to my collection because I can't get enough of this formula. So this will probably forever be my most repurchased lip gloss formula. Either this or the Buxom glosses, which I didn't include in today's video, but recently I've fallen in love with the Tower 28 lip glosses too. I don't know how many shades I have of this formula, but I would say it's my most repurchased lip product of the past year or two because I have added a couple of these to my collection and I think they are so pretty. So today I have the shade Pistachio on. I'm wearing it over a lip liner from the brand Essence, and I think that these are so soft and gorgeous. They're perfect for everyday wear because they're really comfortable, super glossy, not sticky at all, and I just love wearing them. They're perfect to throw in your purse because they're not high maintenance lip products. You don't need a lip liner. You don't even need a mirror when you're applying them because they are definitely more on the sheer side. So you don't have to be super precise, which I love. And I think they just feel so good. They look so good. They really are amazing. So I know that I talk about these gloss formulas a ton on my channel, but this would not be a most repurchased makeup video if I didn't mention them. My most repurchased brow product, probably my most repurchased makeup product of all time, is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. I just can't find anything that I like quite as much as this. I have found really good alternatives, and I think the drugstore brands make amazing brow products, and I love them so much. And typically, I'll have this in my collection alongside of other drugstore products I like too. But when it comes down to it, this is my favorite. I've repurchased it probably 20 times at this point, maybe even more, honestly, because I would say I go through one of these like every 3 months. If I didn't film YouTube videos and I just had a really minimal makeup collection, this is probably the only brow pencil and brow pen that I would have in my collection just because it's so convenient. It's double-sided, so you get everything that you need with the exception of a brow gel, and both of the products work so well. I love the brow pencil because it's very pigmented. It works so well to fill in my brows. It stays in place really well. And then the ink stain side, again, stays in place well. And I like this one because it is very thin, really tapered, so it's just easy to work with. I also think when it comes to brow products, sometimes you just have to find the right shade that works for you because there might be really great formulas out there, but if it's a little bit too red or a little bit too cool toned or just slightly off, it might not be your favorite for that reason. And dark Drapes really has been my go-to shade. So I'm wearing this in my brows today. I love it so much. I will continue to repurchase it for sure. That being said, I really like the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I've used that a lot over the years. That's always been a favorite of mine. And I have to say, I've repurchased the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen a ton over the past 2 years. This is probably my second favorite brow pen. I just think this looks really good. And it basically feels the same as the Urban Decay Brow Blade with just a little bit less pigment, which can be nice on days where I want more of a not like a natural brow look, but a softer pen. I go through phases where I will use the NYX brow pen and the NYX brow pencil every single day for a month, and then I'll go back to the Urban Decay one. So I do feel like this is a really, really good alternative, and I've gone through quite a few of these over the past few years. My most repurchased brow gel is definitely the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I've loved this for years, and I just think it is such a good option, and it's $4. If you guys are looking for a nice brow gel that doesn't cost a lot, that works really well, definitely check this one out. This is not necessarily the formula that's going to lock your brows into place all day long, like the NYX Thick It Stick It brow gel or the Persona brow gel, but this one is going to give you like that fluffy, voluminous look. It's great on its own, but it's also nice to use alongside of brow pencils and brow pens. So again, I think I've repurchased this like 10 different times. It's so nice and it's only $4. It is one of the best products at the drugstore in my opinion. When I was getting ready for this video, I was kind of going through my different makeup drawers, just seeing what the different categories were, and there are some categories that I don't really repurchase a lot of products of because I don't go through them, like bronzer and blush and highlighter and definitely eyeshadow. I very rarely repurchase an eyeshadow palette unless something happens to mine and it's one of my favorites. I have repurchased a couple. I know that I repurchased the ColourPop Nude Mood palette because I hit pan on a bunch of shades. That being said, there is an eyeshadow formula that I've repurchased a ton over the years, and that would be the ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. And not just the Super Shock Shadows in general, like when they release new shades, sometimes I'll pick up new shades, but I have definitely repurchased a couple of the same shades throughout the years. The two that come to mind are Amaze and Sequin. I know that I've repurchased these recently. In fact, Amaze is the one shadow that I hit pan on consistently because I use it so much. Let me actually swatch a couple of my favorite neutrals for you. These are so perfect if you are in a hurry and you don't want to take the time to do a full eyeshadow look, but you still want to wear eyeshadow, because what you can do is blend a bronzer into the crease and then take any one of these and place it all over the lid, and it looks so pretty. It looks like you put so much more effort into your eye makeup than you actually did. My makeup routine since becoming a mom has changed a lot, to be honest with you. I still take the time to do my makeup a lot because I love it so much. It is like my me time. I think that makeup just makes me really happy. It makes me feel relaxed when I get to sit down and do it. But some days I just don't have the time to do it, and I'm trying to do like a true quick 5-minute makeup look or I'll skip it. But one thing that I hate to give up is eyeshadow because I love it so much. I just think it's so pretty. It's always been my favorite part of my makeup routine, but like I said, I don't always have the time to like pull out an eyeshadow palette and do a full look like I have on today. So I love the Super Shock Shadows because I can literally take my finger, swipe it over the eye, and I'm good to go, and it takes 2 seconds, and it stays in place really well throughout the day and just adds such a pretty sparkle. So I will not give up eyeshadow. I won't. I love it so much. Even when I'm in a hurry and I don't have the time to do like blush or bronzer or highlight, like it doesn't matter. I'll do my brows, I'll do eyeshadow and mascara, and then maybe like a quick base. But I just love the Super Shock Shadows. They make it so easy, and they're also gorgeous if you have the time to do your eyeshadow. Like when I have the time to sit down and use one of my favorite palettes, I'll still reach for a Super Shock Shadow like 4 out of 5 times because they just give you such a rich, vibrant look. So I love them. I hope ColourPop never stops making them because they are definitely some of my favorites. There are a lot of mascaras that I've repurchased over and over throughout the years, but again, one of my more recent, most repurchased mascaras has been this one from Essence. It is the Lash Princess Curl and Volume. The Essence Lash Princess mascaras are definitely just my most repurchased mascaras of all time because they do have a couple of different options and I love them all. But this one I've repurchased probably like 10 times over the past few years because I use it all the time. Not almost every single day, because honestly, there are so many mascara formulas that I love, but this one really is so perfect if I want dramatic lashes. I don't know exactly when they came out with this formula. I feel like it was last year, but I also feel like I've been using it for more than like a year and a half at this point because I love it so much, and I know that I repurchased it a bunch of times because it always shows up in my empties because I'm consistently using this product. It just makes your lashes look so dramatic, super thick, really, really full, and it builds so nicely. So if you're someone who likes a really dramatic look, this is a great option. I think that it is so nice. It's $5. It really is one of my all-time favorites. There are so many good mascaras. I don't know if I've done like a mascara favorites video. I feel like it's hard to show the results on camera because a lot of them, after I apply them, I feel like my lashes look somewhat similar, but maybe I can do some kind of roundup on like my top 10 favorites. So as far as eyeliner goes, there is a high-end eyeliner that I've splurged on over and over for years. It is the Urban Decay Perversion. This is the darkest, most dramatic eyeliner that does not move. There are a lot of great drugstore alternatives out there, but they don't quite come close enough to this one. This one is my all-time favorite. I feel like it's just so easy to use. It gives me the perfect wing. It does not move even if it's 90 degrees outside, even if my eyes are watering. Whatever the case, this one stays in place so well, and I just love it so much. It also seems to last me a long time. I feel like I go through other liquid liners faster than this one, and I don't know if that's the case, but I don't have to repurchase this one super consistently. I would say I go through maybe 2 of them every year because they do last me a while, which is really nice because it is more of an expensive product, but it's definitely worth the money. Let me finish up with 2 powders. You guys, I love face powder so much. In fact, when I was getting ready for this video, I was going through all of my face powders, and I think I've repurchased pretty much all of them at least once, but there are 2 that I repurchase consistently. The first one is the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. I go through one of these every summer, sometimes more than one of them. It just kind of depends on what else I have in my collection, what else I'm loving. This is the most mattifying pressed powder that I've ever tried. So if you have extremely oily skin, this is going to be the one for you. I like to use this for touch-ups throughout the day. I like to use it to set my foundation into place. I'll use it as a finishing powder if it's really hot outside and my skin is extra oily, just as like a last added step. But I think that this works so well at leaving your skin super matte. If a glowy look is your goal or you have dry skin, don't buy this product because it's going to give you the exact opposite effect of what you're looking for or what you would typically like, because it really is like an oily skin person's dream come true. It works so well. The other product that I've repurchased a lot over the years, again, for years and years at this point, is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Powder. Years ago, I was looking for a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury powder, and I tried this one. I think I actually had them both in my collection at the same time, and I found that I was reaching for this one over the Charlotte Tilbury powder, and it really does give your skin the exact same effect. And I think Charlotte Tilbury has expanded their shade range at this point, but I still think there are more shades in the Flower Beauty powder than there are in the Charlotte Tilbury powder. So it's definitely worth checking out. It's also a lot less expensive. It just gives your skin such a smooth, perfected look, which is what the Charlotte Tilbury powder does. That one is really, really nice, but I just found that I was going through it so quickly because I do go through powder very quickly, and I just couldn't justify repurchasing that one over and over again. But this one is a lot less expensive. You can typically find this brand on sale on Ulta's website. And again, it just gives your skin that gorgeous, smooth effect, but it's, maybe a third of the price of the Charlotte Tilbury one. Let me just take a look. Okay, so the Charlotte Tilbury one comes in 4 shades, and it is $45. It's so expensive. It's $45 for 0.28 ounces. The Flower Beauty powder comes in 8 shades, and it's $14 for 0.3 ounces. So again, it is about a third of the price for the same amount of product, and they have twice the shades. It's at least worth trying out to see if you like it better than that one, if the Charlotte Tilbury one is one that you go through consistently, because you'll end up saving yourself quite a bit of money. So that's everything I wanted to share with you guys in today's video. These are some of my most repurchased makeup products, the things that I love and will continue to buy over and over again. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comment section below, what is your #1 most repurchased product? Like, what is the thing that you will not stop buying and you haven't been able to replace? I would love to know, and I would love to hear from you guys, so let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye.